Hello, welcome in today. Last session, I know that your card, it declined. And don't worry, I am totally more than happy to be able to do this session for you for free. I understand that sometimes even the best of us go through trying times, and so I am more than willing to support you and help you in any way that I can. I think that's my job. Okay, so to start off, I wanted to grab my notes. So throughout our sessions, we've been talking about your fear of rejection, your sort of lack of identity, your general avoidance to come to terms with your emotions and just sort of these complex relationships that you have. Specifically, you've talked about your mom and how even though you recognize her as trying her best, you also recognize that her best wasn't good enough. And I just wanted to point out, in case you didn't notice, that you and your mom have very similar traits. Yep. Specifically with the avoidance and the general lack of emotional intelligence it seems you both have. And this leads to you hurting the people closest to you. Just like your mom did to you. And even though you have this idea that bad people don't worry about being a bad person, with you I'm not too sure if that's the case. So, you've also talked about your friends, how you feel as though nobody really truly knows your identity and knows you for who you are. You're not even sure who you are. And I have to say that I don't think that anything's gonna change. I mean, when we look at the patterns, we gotta kind of come to the conclusion, if everybody who's in your life ends up being a bad person, then maybe it's your energy attracting those people. Just saying. So, this is a little unusual for our general appointments, of course, but I just wanted to brush your hair. I know that you've talked about the fondness of when you were just a kid and when life didn't matter as much, and you had less stress and worries and anxieties. This memory that your hair holds of the times when things were easier, when people would brush your hair for you, when classmates, when people could be close, and kids always have had less judgment. So I know that that's always been important to you, and so I just wanted to brush your hair. Of course, I do believe that a lot of your worries on people judging you are coming from a real place. I mean, it makes sense. We as humans were very able to pick up on cues and patterns, tone of voice, body language. I mean, all those things affect the subtext of what we're saying. So, to think that it's so far off that you would know when people are judging you, I don't think it really is. And I do believe people are talking behind your back. But no worries. Because, what does it matter if we have no relationships? Of course, I know those are very important to you and your values to be loved and cared for. But not everyone gets what they want, right? I mean, who doesn't dream of being an astronaut or a big star or whatever when they were a kid? And who doesn't dream of being loved? Of course, we've also talked about your passions, is what you like to call them, when really maybe just call them hobbies. this whole idea that your identity comes from the things that you love, is that really true? I think that you liking so many things is really just a form of you trying to get validation from anyone that you can. Any fandom, any space, any group of people to find where you belong. Perhaps you're not a jack of all trades. Maybe you're just a nobody. Okay. And look at that. You already look a lot better. Now, do you remember that time that you told me about in the 5th grade when there was a lice check across the school and somebody had peeked on the result sheets on who had lice, and they found your name on there, and the whole classroom got together and they like isolated you in one corner of the room and they all pointed fingers and laughed. That was quite a pivotal moment in shaping who you are. So I just wanted to give you a really quick lice check. Which is a sad moment too, considering all that you've talked about with your hair and how you feel about it and its style, and to have such an extreme moment be tied to something that was so important to you. Doesn't look like you have lice today, if that's any consolation, which I'm sure it is. I also wanted to help you out in another way. I was noticing that your skin was looking a little dry, so I'm going to grab some lotion. I'm also going to grab a little cotton pad just to cleanse you up a little bit there. Got a few other things for your face. And then I think we'll do some makeup after, but we don't need to grab that supplies just yet. Okay. So first let's start by cleansing the face. Now I get it, when we're tight on money, it's hard to prioritize personal hygiene and stuff, but I am more than willing to help you out. So I've just got a little bit of oil, and I'm just gonna go through and cleanse the area. Perfect. Now I'm gonna go ahead this is a pretty nice cleanser. It's from Clinique, so I know it's something you're probably not used to, but we're just gonna apply this across the face. Perfect. And I also noticed that you've been struggling with flossing your teeth. I think a lot of people probably have noticed you just tend to have things when you're talking, which isn't great. I wanted to floss, but actually I just remembered I also have some different tools that I can use. So I've got some gloves. Do these gloves fit me? I don't remember. We're gonna try to put them on anyways, I guess. Of course, I'm going to put on gloves because I don't want any of your bacteria entering into my personal space. Let me go ahead. And I've got this, which is like a little angle point, and this, which is a little mirror. Can you open your mouth for me, please? Yep. Yep, just like that. Look up a little bit. And we're just taking a look at the top of your teeth right now. And take a look at the bottoms as well. The tops. Get this back. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just taking a general 360 look, trying to get every side of your mouth, and I'm definitely noticing, I'm even seeing quite a few cavities. When's the last time you went to the dentist? That's right, I forgot, you're deathly scared of the dentist. Well, it shows, baby. Oops. Okay, so somebody just ripped their glove open. It wasn't me. Now let's quickly, alrighty, we're gonna grab some floss. So if you don't know, I mean, you should be using a lot more floss than this, but I don't want to waste the 2 cents on you. Just don't think you're worth it. But we're just gonna grab, yeah, you should be grabbing like floss. Actually, maybe this is a decent length. I normally grab more, but who cares? Because when you wrap it around, you want to be able to keep moving, so you're not like using the same little piece to clean all your teeth just in case it's got bacteria and germs, and then you're spreading it everywhere. So let me just go ahead. And floss in between. Each of your teeth. Thank you for being still. I know you generally get tremors because of your anxiety. I appreciate that you've got it under control. I mean, sometimes I don't even know why you're here. It seems like you're kind of fine. You know, not to invalidate you or anything. Just looking at the time, because you seem to always forget about the time whenever we in these sessions, and then it drags on and on and on, and it's like, girl, get out of my seat. You're not the main character. Okay. I'm gonna be throwing that right in the trash. Okay. And take off my gloves. Which this one also now has to go in the trash because somebody ripped it. It of course wasn't me. Alrighty. Next step. Oh, actually, let's do this one really quick. You know that general fear that you have that every single person can smell you and you can't smell you, but you're constantly sweating and your anxiety makes it worse and then you sweat worse? Take a deep breath. We can all smell you. So I've got some fragrance here. Perfect. This one's really good. It's Relax Sweet Orange Lavender. And of course, we want to keep this session to be relaxed like we always do. Let's move on to your makeup. I am going to be brushing a little bit onto There we go. And I also wanted to do, oh yes, this shade is gorgeous. I do think it's going to bring out your yellow teeth a little bit, which I know you're pretty insecure about. I know in general you try not to bring attention to your face, and for good reason. Okay. Let me grab out my next 2 products. Products? One of them's not a product. One of them is nail clippers. you kind of need to learn how to take care of yourself a little bit more, because specifically in your nail area, they're all different lengths. It's a little ratted, a little tatted, so I'm just gonna grab your hand. Wow, you have really strong, tough fingernails. Wow. Okay. And our next thing is going to be some nail polish. So I'm just gonna apply a light coat, and this is just gonna bring your confidence up by 1,000, which, I'm going to be honest, you definitely highly need. Especially right now. I just know how hard things have been for you in your work, and feeling like nobody believes in you, and they're all micromanaging you and judging you. But don't worry. What they're saying about you is probably true, and maybe you can't change, so why worry? Okay, let me clean up a little bit. Okay, now that the desk has been cleaned up, let's finish off this session. I just wanted to know, how are you doing? How do you feel? And just to let you know that this is a safe place for you to talk. So, spill your guts out. Okay, now stop. We're at the end of our session, and I can see that you're crying. We don't have any tissues. If you see them, don't use them. We will charge your card, and it'll put it into the negatives. And never, and I mean never, come here ever again. Thank you. I hope I'll never see you, because you are a menace. Just the worst person to be around ever. Okay. Bye. Hello. My name is Moth. My pronouns are they, them, and thank you for watching this video. Not welcome to this video, because the video is over now. So, yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to come in here and show you my newest stuff for Halloween. I have an art shop, I draw and stuff. So I made this art print. It's very thick, high quality. It's of a vampire. Look at that. And if you wanted art prints of this or other art prints that I have that I made, you can check it out in the description. Perfect for Halloween or any time of year. And this is Pumpkin Kitty, a little sticker that I've made, and if you like it, you can also buy it. It's quite big. Yeah, it's pretty big, and it's probably one of the cutest things I've ever seen in my entire life. So if you want it, check it out. Thank you for watching, and I love and appreciate every single one of you.